What's the similarity between this and this? That's right, they are both weapons of distraction used to make us forget our dystopian reality. But look, if aliens are travelling here in star-shaped crafts, given the choice between the Greys or some guy in a red cape flying the American flag, I think I'll take the small bald dudes. At least when they lock us up, they give us a free prostate exam. Trump, Truth Social on a Friday morning. His official presidential statement on the biggest secret in human history went like this. With these new documents and videos, the people can decide for themselves what the hell is going on. Have fun and enjoy. President Donald J. Trump. Copy that, POTUS. Well, there you go. Just a massive release of classified government UFO files that could trigger a planet-wide existential crisis, and Trump announces it like it was a free Domino's pizza. They announce all this and nobody bats an eyelid? Maybe Domino's vouchers would get a bigger reaction. Maybe if aliens bought their own pizzas with them, then people would care. Maybe I should have ended this black and white sequence 2 clips ago. Knowing the government has covered up the truth about UFOs for decades, now proven, how do we know what's real in this release? Then exactly what are they releasing? Hold that thought, we'll get to that. Now I'm assuming that by watching this channel you already have a serious amount of common sense and a decent dollop of critical thinking.
Of course we do!
No, of course we do. What?
Exactly, so let's skip the debate on whether or not any of this is real and get straight into it. I think for most of us that there's no doubt that there's intelligent life out there. But down here? It's debatable at best if you ask me, but here are some of these declassified incidents of alien probes scouring our planet trying to look for it. US Navy infrared, 2004. No wings, no visible propulsion. No clue which way to go next looking for signs of intelligence seems to me. US military drone footage, Yemen, 2024. An orb hit by a Hellfire missile. It kept flying. Hellfire schmellfire. US military infrared, 2023. An object making a 90-degree turn at approximately 80 miles an hour. No heat signature. And what the hell is powering this thing?
My God, I wish I knew.
It's obvious they haven't found intelligent life down here yet, and that's why they're still all over the place looking for it. I spent years making a film about all this, Cosmic Whistleblowers. It's the last feature documentary made about the Roswell UFO crash. It's the OG of all the UFO cases. By the way, if you do prefer your news updates served straight up, no BS, then hopefully you'll come back for more. But if you do prefer it totally legacy mediafied, then this channel's probably not for you. So the phenomenon is real. The governments have known since forever. And regardless of these so-called releases, they've always threatened people who try to speak openly about their encounters.
They can do anything!
You see, that's what happens when you work for the US government and you try to tell the truth about what you saw in the sky. But here's the really tricky part. The US government has been suppressing these reports for decades. These releases prove it, but simultaneously, and stick with me here, they've also been faking it. I know it's a mind job, but this is what a lot of people forget when some of the UFO stuff is being declassified. Since the 1950s, the US Air Force ran a systematic program of UFO disinformation. And not against the public, but against its own people. And just one example of this would be the operation called Yankee Blue. It literally fabricated information about supposed alien technology to create a cover story for the new tech like the F-117 stealth fighter. Okay, so now you might be thinking, so Bob Lazar and that whole Area 51 thing, that was all fake? Wrong. Bob Lazar never said he worked in Area 51. Lazar was talking about S4, a completely separate facility, and his story is a completely different matter. He described an element, 115, that scientists said didn't exist, but it is now a real element that they've since called Moscovium, and his employment at a facility that officially didn't exist was verified. Lazar checks out. Lazar checks out. Lazar checks out. That was weird. Oh well, it's time for an ad anyway.
At Outsource, we help forward-thinking individuals transition smoothly into a fully assisted cognitive lifestyle. Our standard plan curates your opinions in real time, so you never waste energy forming your own opinions ever again. Upgrade to Silver and enjoy predictive responses to arguments you haven't even had yet. Why wrestle with uncertainty when you can remove all unnecessary cognitive function? Outsource. When thinking for yourself is hassle you don't need.
So what we're left with is this. Governments have known and covered up the UFO reality for decades and threatened people who leak information. But also for decades, they've manufactured fake UFO stories to hide other things. Both of these facts are true, which means this. Any video we now see could be the real thing that they've decided you can finally know about, or it could be a cover for something else. And this is the crux of the situation right here. None of this is a contradiction, it's the whole problem. And it's all deliberate.
It's like a bad dream. A very bad dream.
Governments don't need to suppress everything or silence every witness. All they need to do is flood the media with enough real but unprovable footage, mix that with fake but convincing material, and you've made it impossible for anyone to tell which is which. People stay confused, and the debate about whether or not any of this is real goes on forever. Which of course is exactly what they want. And then when you need the public looking somewhere else, release a bunch of stuff that doesn't show or tell us anything definitive, and call it transparency.
That's really something, huh?
Give people so much to argue about that the argument they weren't meant to have never gets started. They did it with JFK, March 2025, released the files right in the middle of a tariff crisis that same week. They did it with Epstein, December 2025, this time Trump's own name in the files that they still haven't released. I did an episode on it, it's worth a look. And they're doing it all again right now. Iran, the economy, Epstein still unfinished. 3 releases, 3 crises, same old playbook. Put out more alien stories, they always get the most clicks. And while you were clicking those, the Iran ceasefire nearly collapsed, and AI got one step closer to taking your job. But hang fire, it's not all bad news. I've got something for you before you go. Every time a government drops a document release, files, footage, transcripts, anything, 3 questions, that's all you need. 1. What else is happening this week that this is designed to bury? 2. Is this real suppression being ended, or just another false release with all the important stuff still being locked up? 3. Who benefits from you looking here instead of there? 3 questions, that's all you need. Now you're armed. The objects are probably real, the cover-up is definitely real, some of the fake stories are even real. The big question left is this. If governments ever do announce that the Greys are here sticking things up our bottoms, would you believe it? And those little blighters never seem to wear clothes, so having fun and enjoying, that's a hard no from me. I'll see you next week.